Hello everybody, this is Aunt Boo. Now y'all know I love to laugh and I love to have a good time, but what I'm going to talk about right now ain't no hee ha ha in this at all. There is no way to sugarcoat this at all. So I tuned into the 5 o'clock prayer. I hadn't even been watching the news. And the apostle began to pray for the situation going on in Minneapolis. And I was like, And so after prayer, I went and I turned the television on to the news. Now, the reason why I stopped watching the news is because I was just sick and tired of all of the COVID-19 stuff. Because somebody said one thing, somebody said another. Hey, TT, from Puerto Rico, I see y'all coming in. You know, so much information had me all confused. Wear a mask, don't wear a mask. It is contagious, it ain't contagious, it is airborne. All this stuff. It just happened. I was just done over it. And so, when I watched the news this morning, I said, wait a minute. Now, y'all know I'm an advocate for the police. If you don't know that, you can go back through some of my old videos and you'll see I love the men in blue. And I still do. But some of them ain't right. And what I saw on the news this morning, there's no way to sugarcoat it. There's no way to say that, patch it up. You know what I'm saying? There's no way to fix what I saw this morning. Because what I saw was a man that was murdered at the hands of another man that vowed to protect and serve him. That's what I saw. And so, when the video began to play, I'm going to tell you the first thing I saw. The first thing I saw is my eyes immediately went to this, not even to the man on the ground. It immediately went to the hand of the policeman, and his hand was in his pocket. And then I saw the man on the ground. And then I saw, all the other stuff, begin to hear all of the comments. So my first thought was, if this man is able to kneel there with his hand on his pocket, he's not fighting and scuffling and all this other stuff with this man. This man is totally subdued, hands behind him, laying on the road. And I'm watching. And the thing is, I'm not getting angry. I'm getting sad. Because I'm thinking in my mind, what kind of person, I'm talking about their heart, what kind of person can put their knee on the neck of another human being, hear them begging to breathe, hear them begging to remove their knee just so they can take in some air? They won't fighting, won't resisting, none of that. What kind of person can hear somebody crying out for help and not help them, or at least say, wait a minute, let me, especially after all the stuff that has already happened, at least not look down to say, okay, wait a minute, am I doing too much? What kind of person can put their knee on the neck of somebody looking down at them and watched them take their last breath. I don't care what nobody say. You cannot convince me that that man was still alive when they put him on that stretcher and put him in the ambulance. I believe, and I could be wrong, God charged it to my head and my eyes and not my heart. But I believe that Mr. Floyd died then and there on that street. What kind of man are we talking about that got up in the morning, dressed himself in a uniform, put on his weapon, and said, I'm going out to serve the community today. And what he actually served was death. And then I'm sitting there looking. And I said, what kind of man can see another man wearing the same uniform that he got on? He can sit there and watch this happen. More than one can sit there and watch this happen in the street and not say, wait a minute, dude, you doing too much. He can't breathe. What kind of man gonna sit there and try to justify that? And I heard this, and y'all, let me tell you something. It took everything in my body to hold myself together. I heard Mr. Floyd call out for his mama. He called out for his mama. There's a reason for that. Something way deep down inside of him, he knew as he was laying there on that pavement, he knew that he was going to die. That made me so sad. So very sad. I don't know whether his mama is dead or alive, but he knew that he was not going to see her again. And there were people standing around. They were asking the police officer to stop, telling him how that wasn't even necessary. What kind of man can hear that and see what he's doing and don't stop? What kind of man? A man that does not deserve that uniform, that badge, that gun. And then imagine the people that's standing around. They're scared because they want the help. They want to get this police officer off of the man, but the first thing the cop did was reach for some mace to let the other people know, I'm going to do this here. You're not going to stop me from doing this. What kind of man? What kind of man we talking about here? What kind of men? Because his co-workers saw what was happening and they did nothing. I'm not angry. I can't be angry. I am so sad that people see this and they do this and they really think that it's okay. They feel justified. They think that it's okay. That's why they do it, because they think that it's okay. I want to ask you something. Take the uniform out the picture. Take color out the picture. If you just saw somebody do this to another person, what do you call that? Self-defense? What do you call it? I want you to know that there is no amount of money that they can give to this family that will be enough for what I saw. Not even prison time will be enough for what I saw. What I saw was straight up murder. You had time to think about what you were doing. People there was telling you that's what jujitsu, whatever. I know what you're doing. I trained in that. I heard that comment. People were saying, that's enough. Get off his neck. He can't breathe. He was saying, I can't breathe. And you watched him. I don't care what you say. You watched him take his last breath on that street. I saw the EMS guy come. Do that number there. And the reason why I know that man was dead is because there was no sense of urgency with the EMS people. It ain't like they said, oh, wait, his pulse is faint. I feel a pulse, but it's faint. I didn't see nobody running for no stretcher and bringing oxygen. He was dead. I don't care what you say. Y'all talking about he died later at the hospital. No, he didn't. That man died on the street. What do you call murder? Murder is unlawful. It's taking a life unlawfully. Murder is premeditated. You meditated the whole 9 minutes about what you were going to do. And people were telling you to stop. Mr. Floyd died on the street. I want to say to the family, and they may never see this. They don't know me. They probably ain't going to never see it. But I want to say to the family, I'm sorry. I am so very sorry that this has happened. And it's happened. You never think it's going to happen to you. But it happened. And I'm sorry that it did. And I want you to know this, that you need to take this to the fullest extent of the law. If I had my way, and if I were the judge, I would release those 3 men over to the family, to the loved ones, in a little bitty room. And then tell them if you survive what they do to you, you can come out. Like I said, take a look at it. And I want you to see it with a different vision, a different perspective. Take away the uniform, or even with the uniform. What if that was your husband? What if that was your son, your brother, your uncle, your pastor, your nephew, your loved one, your friend, your mentor, your hero, your daddy? I say to the family, go for it. Go for it. It ain't just talking about money. Make a noise. And I ain't talking about tearing up no buildings and turning over cars. I ain't talking about that either. I ain't talking about that. Because I don't believe in that either. Don't come over there and turn my car over in the street. Do it the right way. Do it the right way. There is a right way and there's a wrong way. You're not going to be heard if you're busting out windows. That's my opinion now. Don't come set my apartment, my house on fire. No, that ain't the way to do it. Make a loud noise. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And regardless to what he did before, because I heard the cop say, we've been trying to get him in the car for 10 minutes. Okay, well now he on the ground and he can't breathe. Surely he would have got up and got in the car while he was still alive, especially before he called out for his mama. Somebody talking about, well, what did he do? He could have done a lot of things, but what I saw was a man laying on his stomach. And he said, my stomach hurt. Everything hurt. My neck hurt. He was totally subdued. Now here in North Carolina, a woman can call the police and say he slapped me and the cops will come pick him up for 48 hours. I want to see what y'all do. Hit that share button. I'm hoping that it get to the family. Like I said, we can get the hee-haw. We can get the laughing a little bit later on or maybe even another day. Like I said, I'm not angry. But I tell you that my spirit is so sad, I am sad. And it takes a lot to make me sad. I'm sad today. I'm so sad. That was uncalled for. Another life. Gone. And I could be wrong, but it looked like the cop was holding on to the car with his right hand so he can apply more pressure. Now, I could be wrong. So don't hold me to that. So we just stating what we know we saw for sure. But it sure looked like he was holding on to the car with the other hand. And do you see how they put him on the stretcher? That man was dead. He was dead. He was dead. Unresponsive. Again, I say to the family, I'm so sorry. And this right here, and all of the other killings that have happened to black men, some should have got shot. I ain't gonna lie about that either. They should have, based on what they were doing. Okay? Based on what they were doing. But this man right here, he should not have died. Period. Ain't no way to sugarcoat it. That man was dead. He died at the hands of the police, or at the knee of the police, at the knee of a man that had an animal-like heart. A wild heart. You know what? I'm not going to say no more. Because I feel my spirit shifting. And I want to stay not angry. I don't want to be sad, but I don't want to be mad. I want to stay, I don't want to say another word. But I want y'all to share this video. Now, y'all made some of my other stuff go viral, laughing and playing and stuff. This here is serious. Y'all make this go viral. Hit that share button. And listen, if ain't nobody else told you this today, red, yellow, black, white, big eye, slanted eye, I don't care who you are, I love you. I love you. And that's what the world needs. We need love. We need God's love. That's what we need. We need love. And we need to learn how to love everybody, regardless of their race, color, all that. I'm shifting, so I'm done.